Good morning, Raptor freaks. Lexi Outs here. It's Monday morning, and the Raptors are going to play Milwaukee Bucks tonight at Scotiabank Arena. It's Indigenous Heritage Night, and there will be a new logo and other stuff going on for the game tonight, where Gary Trent Jr. comes back to Toronto to play against his former team, the Toronto Raptors, tonight. So let's do all the latest lineup news and the referee report right now, right away, right off the top. This may be finally the day that we get barbecue. RJ Barrett, full participant at practice yesterday, and is expected to play today. So we should have Barrett back along with Quickly and Barnes to get a full BBQ tonight for the first time this whole entire season. In fact, this may be the first night for the season that the Raptors do not have a single injury going into the game, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping that synergy, they're not even totally sure about it themselves. They haven't played enough with each other in the last year. It's like RJ realized with Emmanuel recently. It's like, man, I've only played in games with you since the trade like this many times. And it was like not as many as normal. So this is a good thing. RJ being back. He is listed on the list right now. He's questionable for the game today, but he's healthy. The other thing that was revealed yesterday about RJ is that he was sick 2 different times over Christmas recently. This time recently that he's been held out was a totally different sickness than the one that was held him out before Christmas. So he said the second time he was sick, this time around, has been worse than the first time he was sick before Christmas. But he's feeling better. And then he sounded better in his interview yesterday. And he's going to play tonight, guys. So we're going to have a full barbecue tonight. BBQ in effect with Grady and Yak and the rest of them. So everybody's going to be available for the Raptors tonight for the first time this whole entire season. It's going to be very, very, very interesting to see that factor. In some ways, there's no excuses, Raptors. You're going to be who you're supposed to be. You're going to have to perform to a certain level and hopefully be successful. I'm going to say this about the Milwaukee Bucks. They've lost a lot recently. And in some ways, they're very susceptible to lose to us tonight. I mean, they did lose to the Trailblazers in their last game. So they've lost a lot of games recently. And the other thing that's crazy is the Bucks are not as hurt as everybody thinks they are. There are a few names on their list, and here they are. Andre Jackson Jr. is questionable for today's game against the Raptors due to illness. Giannis Antetokounmpo is probable for the game today. He has a knee injury right now. And Chris Middleton is also probable for the game today due to an ankle injury. So two of their main players, 2 former All-Stars, are both injured, but they are probable to play, and that they may be only missing Andre Jackson Jr. as far as players. They're the only 3 that are listed on the list. Dame Lillard, he's fine. Brook Lopez, he's fine. So, yeah, it should be likely that Giannis and Chris Middleton will play, although Giannis ducks the Raptors sometimes. We know about this, that sometimes he just isn't playing against Toronto in Toronto for some reason. It's very strange. And this has been a phenomena for years now. Who are the Bucks? Well, Dame Lillard, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, AJ Green, Gary Trent Jr., Taurean Prince, Bobby Portis, Ryan Rollins, DeLon Wright, Pat Connaughton, Liam Robbins, who's related to Matt Devlin, by the way. That's Matt Devlin's nephew. He plays for the Bucks. I'm serious. Matt Devlin has a nephew that plays on the Bucks right now. His name is Liam Robbins. Yeah, he's related to our announcer. Yeah, Tyler Smith, of course, the rookie out of the G League, is on this team also. So, yeah, that's the Bucks. And, well, as I said, they've lost a lot recently. They're in their last games or so. They've only won 1 out of their last 5 games, guys. And that includes 2 losses to the Brooklyn Nets, a loss to the Bulls, and a loss to the Trailblazers. So, yeah, they're 1-4 in their last 5 games, the Milwaukee Bucks. They started really bad, had a really bad record in the beginning of the season, went crazy in the middle. But since the NBA Cup, they have not been that great. They've been kind of meh, kind of kind of meh, They've actually won 3 out of 8 games since they won the NBA Cup. They're 3-5 basically. in their game since they won the NBA Cup against Oklahoma City. So that there you go. Milwaukee's on a downswing in the season. The Raptors are fully healthy. We need to beat them. We need to get another win today, Raptors. Don't mess around. I want to see y'all have some sort of level of uh, competency that you can get a W with your full roster, because that's the thing. That's the narrative of the press is if you're fully healthy, well, there's no excuses. You should be winning now. If this does not work like this, well, we needed to get it to work to a certain extent to keep it successful and intact and not having to be a little bit rebuilt again on top of the rebuild. So Raptors, come out there and kick some butt and shut people up just so you guys can show, yes, there is a certain level of talent on this team that is going to be able to compete with most of the NBA. That's what we want. That's what we want right there. Yeah, let's look at the refs real quick. The ref report is very, very good today. We've got some of the best refs to the Raptors in the league currently right now, refereeing for the game tonight. Tyler Ford is the crew chief. He's number 39 in his 10th season out of Lima, Ohio. He's actually I think he's one of the best refs in the league. I think he's one of the top 3 refs in the whole entire league right now. Favorite TV show, Yellowstone. He likes the movie Remember the Titans. He gets down to some Old Dominion, to some music. His favorite book is The Power of a Positive Team. He likes to eat steak. His favorite app is Netflix. They're going to have Monday Night Raw on Netflix for the first time tonight. Yeah, pretty interesting. Ireland is the place he'd most like to visit, and his bucket list is to play golf at Augusta National. Before joining the NBA officiating staff, Tyler Ford refereed 5 seasons in the NBA G League, where he worked the G League Finals in 2015 and in the All-Star Game in 2014. Yeah, Tyler Ford's awesome, guys. He is the worst ref for the Raptors today, and he is awesome. We lost the first game that he refereed for us this season. He's only ref 1 game for us this season. We lost it. We win 57% of our games when Tyler Ford is present, and meanwhile the Bucks win 61%. So he does favor Milwaukee in this matchup. 57-61. Tyler Ford, the crew chief, but he's still a very high win percentage ref for the Raptors. He's on the high end of the scale. He's a top 15 ref, even statistically for us, even with the loss already. One of the top refs in the league for us, the second ref, Jason Goldenberg, number 35, out of Atlanta, Georgia, his 8th season of refereeing in the NBA. His favorite TV show is Curb Your Enthusiasm. He likes the movie Tommy Boy. He listens to Rufus Du Sol as music that he likes. That's very good current music that he listens to. Favorite book, Ego is the Enemy. His favorite meal is chicken parmesan. His favorite app is the NBA app. He'd most like to visit Australia, and his bucket list is sail around the world in a mega yacht. Jason Goldenberg joined the NBA officiating staff after 5 years as a G League ref. He worked the 2015 NBA G League Finals. Jason Goldenberg is technically one of the highest statistical refs for us. In fact, he's really number 1. We win 71% of our games with Goldenberg around. We are 1-1 this season. We've won 1 game with him and lost 1 game with him. And meanwhile, the Bucks are 2 out of 3 winning with them, 67%. So 71-67 for the Raptors. Very, very high winning percentages for both teams with Jason Goldenberg. So, yeah, he does favor the Raptors slightly. The third ref we haven't seen yet this year, but he's another top-notch ref for the Raptors in his history. That's Brett Nansel. Brett Nansel's in his 9th season out of Miles City, Montana, number 44. His favorite TV show is anything that's on the Outdoor Channel. So he likes the hunting and fishing kind of shows. His favorite movie is Top Gun. He likes to listen to Alan Jackson. So these guys are some country guys. They like listening to country music. His favorite book is Wooden. His favorite meal is barbecue ribeye steak. So he likes barbecue ribeye steak. Some steak lovers. Favorite app, NFHS Network. He most like to visit Australia. And so these guys are into Australia. Bucket list is to catch a grander, 1,000-pound marlin. And his hidden talent is he can play the tenor sax just like Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons. That's right. Brett Nansel officiated 8 years in the NBA G League. In addition to his professional basketball experience, Nansel refereed NCAA Division I basketball for 8 years, including 5 NCAA tournaments appearances in 2012 to 2016. Yeah, Nansel, as I said, is right up there with Goldenberg at the top. We win 62%, 69% of our games. Sorry, the Raptors do, and meanwhile the Bucks are 2 for 3 with him also 67%. So 69 to 67 is the split for the Raptors with the third ref Brett Nansel. So all these percentages are really high for all three refs for both teams. So this is a friendly ref crew to the Raptors, and you're at home, so don't spoil those settings. Tyler Ford will ref this game fairly, Raptors, and we need to go ahead and take advantage of when we got good refs, because in some ways our record's been so bad, we're not getting the big enchilada refs like we were at the beginning of the season for a little bit, like Tony Brothers, Scott Foster, Ed Malloy, people like that. Thank God, because those guys will do some crazy stuff. So we've been getting good referee crews this season. It's just that our team's so bad, we can't do anything with it. So, yeah, there's your three refs, Tyler Ford, Brett Nansel, and Jason Goldenberg. A very, very good ref crew for Toronto. Very, very, very good ref crew for Toronto. Trust me. They have no biases against the Raptors. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat on this game day preview for Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Trevor J saying, in the end, people will judge you anyway. So don't live your life impressing others. Live your life in a way that pleases God today. There you go. There you go. Live your life in service to your higher power. And, being a people pleaser won't get you to places of happiness. In some ways, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So in some ways, it's good to do good for other people, but don't let them take advantage of you. And yeah, you do what's right. Do what's right. There you go. Trevor J saying, after I watched OKC's defense hold the Celtics offense to 92 points, Oklahoma City will be the next NBA champions. SGA, 33 points and 11 rebounds. In the game yesterday where the Thunder went to Boston and played against the champion Boston Celtics, and SGA and the Thunder made a statement and kicked their butt. Really, really, really controlled them late in the game defensively to overcome them and get the win in Boston, which is super impressive. Yeah, the Boston Celtics are very, very mortal. They are a team that is susceptible and can be beat, and there's a lot of teams in this league look like they can match up with them and beat them in a 7-game series. So this is good. This bodes well for the playoffs, as far as it's going to be tough for them to repeat. And I'm all about this. If Oklahoma City wins the championship this year, that'd be fantastic. I'm all about that. In some ways, it'd be funny if they won with Chet Holmgren on the shelf and not even available to play. That would be funny to me if they won the championship without even needing Chet Holmgren. I would laugh about that. It'd be like OG for us when we won. Yeah, that'd be funny. Let's see. Superfan Monique Lawrence is here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Happy game day, full roster tonight. Yes, please. Yes, please, Monique. Because Monique had a Christmas wish, a birthday wish this year, happy New Year wish. It was to see the Raptors be fully healthy and get out there and do something. It's the same as what I was wishing for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is the full Raptors roster, the full Raptors roster, the full Raptors roster. All I want for Christmas is the full Raptors roster so I can see BBQ play. Yeah, so I can see BBQ play. Yeah, and we're going to hopefully get to see that today. Yes, bro. BBQ, assemble like Voltron. That's right. Let's go. Barbecue Raptors. Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly. Let's go. That's right. They don't use this moniker a whole lot. The press a little bit does. Like we've heard them kind of allude to the barbecue combination in different places. It's kind of an unofficial thing. I know talking to Emmanuel and Scotty about it online on Twitch, they're both not totally into the nickname. I think Emmanuel said, why can't it be QBB instead of BBQ? Because he wants the Q to be in the front. I'm like, Emmanuel, I'm sorry, but QBB is nothing in the world like BBQ is. And in some ways, that's why. And when I brought up barbecue to Scotty, he was like, that's what y'all are calling us? Barbecue? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, we're calling you Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly barbecue. So we want some barbecue, Scotty. Well, we're going to get barbecue finally tonight. And I better see some crazy synergy. It's like weird. RJ saying in practice yesterday, we don't really know what we're capable of when we're together on the court. We have no idea yet still. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope you have somewhat of an idea that you're going to kick some butt and you're going to be good. I mean, that is your best friend, Emmanuel Quickly. And you've shown really good promise of blending with Scotty Barnes this year already without Emmanuel out there. So, yeah, I don't see what the problem is here. I mean, Emmanuel and Scotty play really well off each other too. Let's see how this barbecue cooks. Let's see how this rotisserie cooks. Yeah, this barbecue rotisserie. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Seymour saying this. Skip Bayless has a $1.5 million sexual lawsuit with Earl Watson's wife, Joy Taylor. What the hell? What is going on there? I don't know this story at all. This is weird, man. Maybe I should go look at the details on this because sounds crazy. Earl Watson's wife is involved in with Skip Bayless. What the hell did he do? What is Skip Bayless doing with his life? Lawsuit. Let's see what this is about. I'm gonna look this up right now. Skip Bayless is accused of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment. Hairstylist says Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million for sex. What the heck? It's for misconduct. Okay, and Shannon Sharp is addressing this already. Why Shannon Sharp? Shannon Sharp's addressing it for him, and apparently she's a hairstylist. Like, okay, is the hairstylist? No, it's not. There's another woman that is the hairstylist. It's not just um Earl Watson's wife? That's weird, man. I don't know. Maybe there's a couple women in the suit because there's a different name on that article right there. Most saying to keep voting, y'all. All-star voting is going on right now, and the Raptors are nowhere near anything. So keep voting for the Raptors every single day on triple votes, especially. Get your NBA All-Star votes in, and vote for the G League too. If you can find that page, go ahead and vote there too. All right, let's see. Nako is coming in. And he's making the suggestion that we watch Cooper Flag today, guys. Well, all right. It is an even day. And I had said I'd do scouts on even days. And Nako's the first one to put the name in out of anybody. So I think we will watch Cooper Flag right now. So, yeah, let's do the scout of the day real quick. Cooper Flag is the request, the big name in the draft, Cooper Flag. He sounds like he's named by Hasbro. And he got a G.I. Joe card with a profile on the back of it. Cooper Flag, a.k.a. Duke. G.I. Joe, infantry sergeant. G.I. Joe. Yeah, Cooper Flag. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we're going to look at Cooper Flag right now. He's a Duke product. This will be the second Duke player I've scouted out of 3 instant scouts this season so far. He's 18 years old, very young. He's from Maine. He's from Newport, Maine, Stephen King country up in there. Yeah, Stephen King country. That's right. He went to Montverde. Okay, so he's like RJ and Scotty. Went to the Montverde. He's 6'9", 205 pounds, number 2 for the Duke Blue Devils. That's right. This guy's just been playing this 1 year. He's a USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year. He's a McDonald's All-American. He's Jordan Brand Classic. He's Nike Hoop Summit. He's got all these accolades. In fact, he was on the under-17 FIBA gold-winning USA under-17 team. So he's got some good accolades. There are 5-star blue chip recruiting rankings from Rivals and 24/7 Sports and ESPN. 5 stars all around for Cooper Flag. So the hype is there. His mother played college basketball at Maine, and she was the team captain as a senior when she played. He also has a twin brother named Ace. So this is kind of this is kind of confusing since the second player in the draft that's being touted is Ace Bailey. Well, there's Ace Flag. If y'all know about this, Ace Flag. Ace Flag and Hunter Flag. He has another older brother too that played. Okay, Hunter Flag. All right, he's also sponsored by Gatorade. There you go. That's like Michael Jordan. All right, let's go look at him on YouTube. Cooper Flag, instant scout. I'm so dumb and living under a rock. I've never ever watched Cooper Flag play ever, guys. And this will be the first time Lex has ever watched a highlight of Cooper Flag. It's all been hype and nonsense that people have been saying about him. And this will be the first time I watch him. We're going to see the official Ball is Life mixtape, A Generational Talent, is going to be the clip that I watch from Ball is Life, Cooper Flag official mixtape. Let's see what's up. All right, let's see. This is him in Maine. This is before he got to Duke. All right, so let's see. There's a dribble. He gets up there. He's got some good extension. 6'9". There's a little windmill dunk. Wow, there's a nice block. It looks like it's goaltending though, probably where it's coming back down before he got it. Yeah, okay. So he likes to throw it down. He plays pretty big. There's a nice little interior shot. Man, they're showing a lot of block shots. He's doing some trick dunks too in this. It's like a highlight reel from his high school. There's none of the Duke stuff right now. Let's see, some fancy dribbling, getting around people. Okay, so he's a 6'9" guy with some fancy dribbling and some real athletic skill with being able to. Okay, he's got a good size and strength to his body already too. He doesn't look as weak as Grady did coming in, and he looks, yeah, he does look like a legitimate 6'9". Like he's got some real like forward height. So the one thing I'd be worried about is how strong he is against NBA strength. But of course, he could probably put some muscle on him and be able to muscle. But yeah, off the backboard, dunking his own shot back. That's crazy. All right, there's the outside shot. So he bombs. He has a little behind the back dribble to get free outside and hit it. There he is in a transition where he got a give and go, and he got the ball back and dunked it. Okay, there's a turnaround. There's some, yeah, he's got a lot of block shots, and there's some presence where he knows he's going out of bounds, threw it off his opponent to save possession for his team. There's an alley-oop on a lob threat. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. This guy looks like he's pretty talented. He's got handles. He's got a pretty decent shot. He's definitely somebody who's attacking the rim, and he looks like he likes to block shots. I don't know, man. For some reason, I feel like this guy's ordinary, even though everybody's saying he's so great. Like, seriously, I'm not getting this like vibe that this guy is head and shoulders above the rest of the pack. I mean, this may be his high school highlights. I maybe need to look at his Duke stuff. But what I'm seeing right now is he may be a little overhyped right now. You know, a little bit like Scoot Henderson, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He does definitely have like a great attack the rim mentality. I can tell, and his timing on block shots is very, very high level skill too. I don't know. It's tough for me to stay. It's weird because I was expecting a highlight reel with a lot of 3-point shots and a lot of shooting excellence, but this is really him going to the rim with his length and dunking it on people. At least this high school Ball is Life clip right here. So yeah, all right, Cooper Flag. He is a legit 6'9" guy, and he has got some great timing. He's got some great athleticism, but I think he's overhyped. I do. I think he's overhyped. And in some ways, when I see Ace Bailey and I kind of look at him, that's what I'm going to be thinking about. It's like, okay, it seems like they're really, really pushing him, over pushing him as being the number one. And everybody's so crazy about Cooper Flag. Something's weird about that. All right, there you go. That's what my first impression is, Nako. I think he's a little overhyped. And you know what? He's going to be good. I don't think it's not that I don't think he's going to be good. It's just that everybody's acting like he's like a Victor coming in, and he's not. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's not like a Victor level talent coming in that's going to be monumentally earth shattering and shaking to the NBA world. No, I don't see that with this guy. I don't see this guy that way. In fact, you know, he's not that far off from Grady in some ways, from what I'm seeing right here. Maybe the block shots are something completely different than what Grady's doing, though. I will say that. All right, Cooper Flag, instant scout, just done. Yeah, I'm not totally impressed. Maybe I'll have to do it one later where I watch Duke highlights of him. Maybe a little closer to the draft. I'll watch him again. But yeah, right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. He does have pretty good size and strength for a guy his age, like already. So he should be fine with the NBA speed and size. It does look like that. G saying Oklahoma City is legit and doing better end of games, keeping their composure. Fred iced their win over the Lakers. Looking forward to seeing barbecue tonight. There you go. Yeah, this is all the different stages of, when you're going through a rebuild, the different signs. One of the ones you'll see later in when the rebuild's kind of over and you're a team that's arriving, that you'll see this like the Thunder are doing now, a young core that has experience enough to really understand how to respect the game, to protect the lead and hold it against a championship team like the Celtics. And that's where you kind of get your little graduation cap. It's like, oh, there you go, Thunder. You figured out how to win close games against top teams in this league and continue control the tempo and make it go in your favor. And that's really, really good. Really, really good. I'll long for the days when the Raptors can get back to that on a regular basis in the future, years to come, like very soon, hopefully. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Raptor Freak crew. First weekend of 2025 already gone. We're fully in 2025, second half of rebuild. Second half of rebuild. Well, I hope it's a second half and it's just a 1-year rebuild. We'll just have to see. I would say that that's very optimistic to say that we're in the second half of the rebuild already. I don't know if that's exactly true, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Smooth is saying Joy Taylor is married to Earl Watson. Yeah, what is this? What is this? I mean, I don't like this tabloid stuff. Skip Bayless did something wrong. It's kind of funny. Joy Taylor, Earl Watson. Let's see what this is true. They got split up, I think. They've been split up. They split up in the 2019 when the Raptors won their championship that year, right? So it says here Joy Taylor and Earl Watson split in November 2019 after Taylor claimed to be a victim of domestic abuse. The couple had been engaged since September 2018. Taylor is a sports media personality who's worked on several shows, including The Herd with Colin Cowherd, Skip and Shannon's Undisputed, and other shows too. Interesting. So was she? This is crazy. So I wonder if like that was part of the problem with Earl Watson around different times is that he was having issues with this kind of stuff. I don't know. This is crazy. Well, they're definitely not together now at this point. They haven't been together for over 5 years. So anything that's happened since with this Skip Bayless stuff is new and nothing to do with Earl Watson. Yeah. Nameless is saying we have tremendous odds to land a top 3 draft pick as things stand. I wouldn't be trying to F that up. No way. It's too valuable and we're too close. You see, Nameless is one of the few Raptor freaks that I'll allow a bit of like tanking romance. There's a lot of romantic tanking notions from Nameless. I still don't get behind it. I'm not on his side with this. I want to win. I want to win as many games as we can salvage by the end of this year. And in some ways, I know every time we win, Nameless is going to be like, why are we doing this? I know he's going to do this. I know he's going to do this. All right. Yeah, we are one of the worst teams in the league. That's for sure. ESPN has an article out today with all 30 NBA teams, and they have named a player on each team as being a player to watch that could get traded in different ways. And it's not Bruce Brown that's listed for the Raptors. It's Chris Boucher. And it says here on the article that Boucher and not Bruce Brown is on the list for several reasons. His length and ability to guard multiple positions is of value to a playoff team. Boucher is also having one of his more efficient seasons, averaging 9.9 points in 17 and a half minutes. More importantly, Boucher's $11.7 million salary this season is half of what is owed to Brown, who had off-season knee surgery and has played only 3 games. So they're saying the most attractive person to come get from our team is Boucher right now because the money and how he's playing. Yeah, it's ESPN's article just talking about there. Nako saying over the years, it's kind of crazy to see OKC going from being that bad to that good. That's the cycles of an NBA team and going through a rebuild and coming back up. And well, we want to have some success like the Thunder have. And they had a very sound strategy of collecting a lot of draft picks, and they drafted a lot of guys, and they've kind of sifted through them and sorted through them to find the ones that are the ones they want to keep around and invest in for the long term. There's a lot of guys that Oklahoma City drafted. There were high draft picks, and they are not anywhere near their team right now. So they really did kind of like keep the ones that just made sense and fit. And they were all about getting as many picks as possible. In fact, Sam Presti still has a ton of picks coming towards his team at this point, still because of deals like the one for Paul George. It's crazy. Let's see. Stargate saying, "Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good game for Darko to coach his ass off and outcoach someone. I do not rate Doc Rivers as a good coach at all. So Darko needs to show something tonight." I wish that it was just a straight up a one-on-one match between Doc Rivers and Darko as far as their coaches, but that's not how things work. They have to coach their teams, and in some ways, the talent and the ability of the team is reflected in the equation of how things come out. If the Milwaukee Bucks blow the Raptors out tonight because Dame Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo play at the high level that they are capable of and carrying and doing different things, I'm not going to blame Darko for getting coached by Doc Rivers. We've got to understand all the parameters and everything that is involved in this. Now, there's very specific ways we can gauge this. Stargate, yeah, maybe we can do a versus between the coaches, but I would pause on this because honestly, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a very top level player in this league, and going into this game tonight, he's the best player going on the court. But you know what? Scotty could change that by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be the best player on the court tonight, Giannis, and I'm gonna outscore you, and I'm gonna have a better stat line than you at the end of 48 minutes, and I'm gonna help my team get the W too." So in some ways, you can go ahead and make it a Darko versus Doc kind of thing, but I'm gonna be looking at a Scotty versus Giannis thing, maybe an RJ versus Giannis thing, something like that. That's what I want to look at. Let's see. Nameless is saying we're a pubic hair away from permanently altering the trajectory of our franchise for the foreseeable future. Let's think about this objectively for a moment. Yeah, objectively, if we get in the top 7 or 8 draft picks, we'll be fine because the range from 1 to 8 is pretty comparable. And in some ways, I'm not going to be nitpicky and saying we got to get top 3 or top as high as we can get. I'm going to say if we stay in the range of where we are in the standings, we'll be fine either way. It doesn't matter how many wins we collect in some ways. In some ways, we're not going to get the wins anyway. It's going to be very tough for us to get the wins. So anytime we have the ability to get wins and we go and get the wins, I don't want to get in the way of that. I don't want to get in the way of that. Now, if we win way more percentage-wise in the last part of the season than we did in the first half of the season, I'm not going to be mad at that. Some people are going to be mad at that because they're like, well, why did we lose so much at the beginning of the season? Now we're just winning more and we're kind of screwing that up. I'm not going to get mad at this because we need to practice winning culture and winning ways. And part of doing that is winning sometimes. So I'm not going to be mad at that at all. I know some people are going to be upset about it, but I won't be. I want to win. I want to win tonight. And I'm not going to be upset if they start winning games. I'm telling you right now. Smooth saying more rumblings with the Lakers and Bruce Brown. There you go. There you go. All right. We'll have to see who they want to send us. And we'll send you Bruce Brown, LeBron. You can have Bruce Brown on your team. Kaz is saying, good morning, Lex from Raptor Free Crew. Full barbecue tonight. Let's get this W. That's right. Strike up the fire. Turn that fire, the grill on, because barbecue's coming tonight. That's right. Barbecue ribeye steak. Jason Goldenberg. Barbecue ribeye steak. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Name is saying, let's just put our emotions aside for a moment and put our thinking caps on. What do you mean? Like, seriously, we're in danger of really going. We're like, when you do what we're doing right now, you have to walk the line, Johnny Cash. You got to walk that line of like, you're trying to win. If you don't win, you don't want that to sink in and make your team feel like losers. We don't want our players feeling like losers all season long. They need to get some winning games and feel good. Nameless, it's not good for culture. It's not good for long term if we lose so much that we turn off some of our major players from playing for our franchise. So, Nameless, let's not go with this loser think. And I know what you're trying to say. Let's put our emotions aside for a moment. Put our thinking caps on. Well, I am. I'm thinking that I want the Raptors to win because it's fun to win. And when we win, our players enjoy being here. So that's what I'm going to think about. How about that, Nameless, right there? Stargate saying it smooth. What are they offering back? Yeah, what are the Lakers offering for Bruce Brown? I'm curious. There's some young prospects on that team that may be worth it. Maybe there's some draft picks you guys could send us, and we can just keep paying it forward and get more from the Pascal trade because we're getting more draft picks that become young players in the future. I don't know. What are they giving? What are they going to give us? I want to find out. We'll have to see. That's right. They want to send us Rui Hachimura. Really? Interesting. Rui Hachimura is a power forward. Roy Hashimura does have some big man skills that would be helpful to the Raptors right now as far as things. So yeah, I love this. This would be great. That's an upsize. That's why I like it. We're trading a 6'3" guy for like a 6'9" guy. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I like that. I'll keep it real basic and say, you know what, Roy Hashimura for salary matching and maybe even like salary dumping for them when the end of the year comes and Bruce Brown's contract's up and it comes off the books. I mean, that is why Bruce is attractive in some ways. And maybe the Lakers are going to be ready to pivot in certain ways, maybe starting to be in a post LeBron era in the next offseason, even. So we'll have to see. That's interesting. It's very, very interesting. I'd be interested in Hashimura in a Raptors uniform. He's not a player that I have a problem with, that he'd be very useful. I think he'd be very useful for us in certain ways. He could help us with our rebounding, that's for sure. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Monday, a.k.a. game day. That's right. Forget Mondays, Garfield. It's game day in Raptors Nation. We're playing the Bucks tonight. That's right. It's time to get ready to cheer our team on to a victory over the NBA Cup champions. That's the prestige, nameless. Come on, we want to beat the NBA Cup champions. It means a lot to beat the Cup champions. So we need to beat them, man. I mean, this is prestigious. The NBA Cup. Come on now. Come on now. Stargate saying, okay, if it's Roy, then I'm pulling the trigger if I'm Bobby and Masai. Yeah. Yeah. I say that. Why not? I say, listen, I'm your Huckleberry. Come on now. We'll do this trade. Rob Palenka, you want to trade your Japanese player to us? We've had Japanese players on our team before. We like Japanese players. So we will take Hashimura. Please send him this way. We will be very happy to have him on this team. Nameless is saying, I cried when Scotty Barnes got injured and IQ returned. Please know this. So you cried when IQ returned? You were so happy he was back. It was just a beautiful thing. And you cried when Scotty got hurt. I was so mad. It was the first game I went in the season. It was Denver. Jokic cracked him in the eye and messed his eye socket when he left. I was like, man, this sucks. I hated seeing it in person. Yeah, our guys are healthy right now. Knock on wood. And we are going to keep it that way, hopefully, a long, long time. Let's keep it going, and we don't want anybody getting hurt at all. That's right. The Smooth saying that the Lakers might chicken out, though, on the Bruce Brown, Roy Hashimura trade. Okay. Well, we'll just have to see. Once again, we are speculating, but it's interesting speculation. I'll allow it. But for most part, I like reporting on things after they've been done. So we'll have to see. Name is saying, with RJ back in the lineup, I fear there's a 4-game winning streak coming on. I'm so conflicted. I'm glad you're conflicted. And I hope you're in misery because we win too much. Seriously. We need this, Nameless. Come on, man. This has been such a tough season. I'm doing these streams every day. Let me have win reactions. Nameless, please let the Raptor Streak have a win reaction stream, please. A little bit here and there. Come on, man. It was so nice to have a win reaction stream after that Brooklyn game on New Year's Day. Come on, man. Please be nice to me and let me have some wins so I can talk about them on my channel in reaction. Please, man. Come on. Be a humanitarian. Come on now. Monique is saying Ace Bailey any day for me, Naka. So she's firmly in the Ace Bailey camp, and Cooper Flag is just a G.I. Joe name to her. That's right. I don't know. We'll have to see. It wasn't a bad scout. Of course, I was watching his high school stuff, so maybe I need to look at his other stuff. I don't know. Nameless is saying Ace looks so good to me too, but I'd settle for a white boy. One more won't kill us. I don't even know what that means, man. What are you talking about? Most saying Bleacher Report has Ace Bailey going third to the Raptors, even though I never follow Bleacher Report. So they got Dylan Harper in second, I guess. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, top 3 draft hierarchy. Yeah, they're going to start jockeying positions and hyping up different things and putting words out there to shape the perception of who should be this and that and whatever. Don't listen to them, Raptors fans. Don't go Ed O'Bannon. Don't Jalen Suggs this shit. Just stop listening to them. Trust in Bobby Masai. When they name the name, just be very pleasantly happy and cheer their name and don't boo this shit. We're so stupid when we boo our draft picks. I feel a cringe looking at the 30-year highlights of Skydome when we drafted Damon Stoudemire over Ed O'Bannon, and our stupid fans at that time were booing because we got a small point guard from Arizona. Isaiah Thomas was right, and he picked the rookie of the year, and the fans don't know jack shit. So fans, can you not boo any draft picks for the Raptors no matter what? Please, please. Even if you're just at your home and nobody can hear you, still boo this shit. Seriously, if you have ideas, oh, it should be Cooper Flag for sure. No, forget about all your ideas about the draft and know that Bobby and Masai know better than you. And they're going to make the right decision like Scotty Barnes over Jalen Suggs. So just, yeah, chill out, Raptors fans. Come on now. Come on now. Smooth saying, Lex, the Joy Taylor situation is that she's alleged to have used sex to get her position at Fox. Well, then. Woo, that's something that's been done in the past. That's crazy. But are they trying to malign her? But because it sounds like she has a lawsuit of sexual harassment from people on that show. Something's not lining up here. That's right. Jimmy's saying, I'm team ace all the way as well. There you go. We got a team ace, a team flag. I don't know if there's a many on team flag, but it seems like we're very popular with Ace Bailey. So, yeah, I was always Ace Freely, too, for Kiss. Yeah, I'm team Ace. Yeah, Ace Freely, the spaceman. Fuck the demon, Gene Simmons. He's a jerk, man. Paul Stanley, why would you just go do Broadway already now, right? Come on, I'm team Ace, man. Ace Freely every day. That's right, my guy. That's right. Stargate saying, people are saying the knock on Ace is that he is a selfish chucker and a black hole when he gets the ball and that he's lazy on defense. Well, we'll have to scout him in a couple days then. On January the 8th, I'll do my next scout of the day. And yeah, maybe Ace Bailey will be the next name that somebody will throw in the chat. And I'll do the scout of the day. Cooper Flag, nothing special to me. I mean, he looks like a basketball player. And that is it. That is it. Smooth saying that Joy slept with various men. And well, whatever. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, that's her personal life, her business. You know, it's true. Some people sleep their way to the top. That's none of my business if she did that. You know, I don't know. In some ways, this is a sordid tabloid TMZ kind of shit. Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor kind of bullshit. In some ways, I don't even know why we're talking about it other than the linkage with Earl Watson. That may make it a little bit of Raptor Freak story with the history with our assistant coach. But other than that, I mean, I don't know why we're talking about Skip Bayless' sexual lawsuit. In some ways, it's Trevor's just bringing in the current news and throwing it at me. And I didn't even look at it. I don't care. Wayne saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks. Anticipating more team cohesion and better play between different team crews to maintain leads or decrease opponents' leads. Expecting a decent showing. Yeah, let's talk about this. We'll be a little more serious right now with Sergeant Wayne Strainer. You know, what are the keys to victory today? The Raptors need to play a full 48 minutes of competent, efficient basketball where they're making few mistakes and they're playing very well off each other. They need to look for opportunities in transition. They need to make open threes. They need to make their free throws. They need to rebound as a team and make sure that they try and out-rebound Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is no small task. That's why Jakob Poeltl is absolutely essential in a game like tonight. So, yeah, there's some keys to the victory. And I would say no drop-offs throughout the whole 48 minutes. And hopefully Darko, with a full roster of health, can keep lineups out there in rotation that are fully capable of competing with the Bucks and even beating them and dominating them. You know, we have a good history against that franchise, Milwaukee. And, you know, sometimes the Raptors just are a great matchup against them. We kind of kick their butt. Bucks fans kind of hate us because of this. I mean, seriously, the history of the Bucks, the Raptors are a miserable kind of team for them to face. Just trust me on this. So I don't know. They need to be good for 48 minutes. They can't quit for like 5 minutes in the second quarter and let the game blow up into a 20-point lead for the Bucks and then try and play catch up the whole game. They really need to be on top of things the whole fucking time during the game and not fucking around and playing at a top level. That's what I would say right there, Wayne. That's what I would say right there. More cohesion for sure. Better play between the different team rotations, yes. And Darko hopefully putting lineups out there that are capable with no drop off in quality of play when bench players are starting to come in. I like all that right there. That's right. Smooth saying, I don't know if it's a lawsuit involving her though, because it's all consensual sex. Well, from the headline that Trevor brought me originally, it's Skip Bayless that's got the problem. He's got a $1.5 million payoff for something he did that was illicit. And it's just coming out now that he paid somebody $1.5 million hush hush money. Kind of like Vince McMahon paying millions and billions of dollars of hush hush money for being a degenerate. Well, that's what I think that's what the story is right now. Forget about her sleeping her way to the top. In some ways, that may be just extra information to sully her character by people that are mad at her for this whole public thing. It could very well be Skip Bayless is out there. He's like, yeah, but she slept her way to the top. Why do we need to bring that up about her? If the case is about sexual misconduct by Skip Bayless, is he just trying to run confusion and divert from the charges against him by saying, well, she's a tramp. She slept her way to the top. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's a pertinent piece of information that Joy Taylor may have slept with people in the organization consensually to get her position. I think that that's not the issue here. The issue is that Skip Bayless was out of line, and now he's trying to cause a diversion. And some of the people in the chat are furthering that part of the argument. This is victim blaming. This is victim blaming. So anything that's about the character of Joy Taylor in this situation, in some ways, doesn't matter if the accused is Skip Bayless. Let's just put it that way. How about that? How about that? Boom goes the dynamite. That's right. Seymour saying Brian Scalabrini's project, Cooper Flag. Brian Scalabrini projects Cooper Flag, the savior, laugh out loud. He will be a tad bit better than Gordon Hayward. Let's see. Before the freak accident. Oh, so okay. So you're saying that the comparison by Scalabrini is he's Gordon Hayward before Gordon Hayward's got his injuries and screwed up his career. You know, Gordon Hayward was pretty good in the very beginning, but he wasn't all that and that as far as like making people go crazy trying to capture the flag by tanking and stuff like that. No, no. I mean, really? People are tanking for a Gordon Hayward right now? Like, what is this world coming to? That's what I'm saying right now. Bryce is here. Good morning, Bryce Lawson. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. I pray we are going to see a fully healthy team tonight. Let's go. That's right. I think your prayers have been answered. It's going to happen. Thank God. Hopefully, knock on wood. Nothing weird today before the game with weird, oh, this person scratched for this reason. I mean, they could scratch somebody from the lineup that's not as essential as one of the starters. It could be like, oh, Jacoby's got an upset stomach, so he's going to be out at the last minute tonight or something like that. Something stupid like that. But hopefully everybody's exactly healthy and available for the first time this whole entire season. At this point in January, on the 6th of January, this point in the season, finally we get our whole team together. Thank God, Bryce. Thank God. Seymour saying reports out of the Big Easy, Ingram and Herb Jones for Jimmy Butler. Okay, there's a deal. Yeah, send Jimmy to the Pelicans. They have a horrible record. That would be Pat Riley being like, yeah, you're going to play with Zion, and you're going to yell at him at some point. Trust me, because he's going to infuriate you, Jimmy. He's going to make you so mad because he just doesn't see what he's doing with his life. You're going to try and get through to him, but he won't listen. So you get really mad, and you call him out publicly and tell him he's a fat loser for not using his ability in his NBA career. That'd be interesting. Pelicans, that's an interesting fit. Those two guys going to Miami, that's very helpful for Miami too. Very, very helpful for Miami. Brandon Ingram would be an upgrade in some ways. Wow, that's an interesting trade. And they would screw over Jimmy if they sent him to the Pelicans. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah. Seymour saying her name ain't Joy for nothing. Now, come on, no. Seriously, once again, in these kind of situations, we need to understand what the story is about. And understand that there may be a backlash, there may be a status quo, there may be powers that be. They're trying to tarnish the victim in the situation. Then it's not necessary to bring up that joy brings joy to the world. Joy to the world. She is working here. She worked her way up the ladder. You don't have to be like that, Seymour. Come on now. Come on now. Andrew's saying, morning, everyone. I hope we get to see some good basketball tonight. Barbecue in full effect. Let's go. Get that cooker ready to cook the barbecue. That's right. We got BBQ coming. Finally, we had BQ, which is pretty good. BQ. But we want both the B's and the BBQ. BBQ is what we're looking at tonight. That's right. Let's serve it up. Let's go. That's right. That's right. Andrew, good morning to you. Good to see you. Bryce is saying, in my opinion, Cooper is a Scotty type player, an Army Swiss knife, except he doesn't have the playmaking chops of a Scotty. But he does have a similar defensive ceiling to Scotty. I think his offense is shaky. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised by the block shots. That may be the thing that surprised me the most about Cooper Flag in that clip I just watched is his proclivity for timing and blocking shots. That I didn't realize that was an aspect of him that's very appealing. I think this is a pretty spot on overview on this as far as Bryce is saying about Cooper Flag. He's an Army knife. I think that when we watched Igor Denham earlier this week, he's a way better point guard kind of passer that like Scotty than Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg does not have the stuff that Igor has as far as the ball handling and the passing chops. But yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. I don't know if he's got that stuff from Scotty. No, the Swiss Army knife stuff. Maybe he's a two-way player because he can block shots and play a certain level of defensive rebounding with physicality. Okay, I could see him being a two-way player because of that. But I don't think he's a Josh Giddey kind of Igor or Scotty Barnes kind of playmaker on the other end. I just don't see that in Cooper Flagg from his highlights, at least. That's not what I see right there. I see a guy who's going to score himself, but he's not going to be setting up other people. I can see that. Jimmy's saying, I think Cooper will be a decent shooter, but before his last game, he was shooting 27% from three, though I think he's more NBA ready than Ace. Ace has more potential offensively. All right. Yeah, I'm going to be excited to see Ace Bailey and see what he's all about. If he's a selfish chucker, if he's got a little bit more to go to be NBA ready than Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg did look pretty NBA ready, even from his high school clips that I just watched. He looked pretty NBA ready already. Cool Cat saying Scoot is not even getting much minutes on the Blazers. Damian Lillard was traded to make room for Scoot, and he's a dud, getting limited minutes off the bench. Laugh out loud. Well, this is a scout that I nailed exactly. When people were putting Scoot Henderson right up near the top with Victor, I was like, why are you guys comparing these guys together? They're nothing like each other. Scoot could very well be a bust, and Victor Wembanyama is going to be the real deal. That's why it pissed me off. It's like people are elevating Scoot in certain ways, and they have an agenda. Like they may have wanted him to be more than what he is because of endorsements and putting him in the golden boy position for the NBA as far as over promoting him just because, oh, he's a really strong little guard that can jump and dunk, but he's fundamentally not a good player. And in some ways, he's not going to play well enough to be in the NBA to get to that point is what I saw from the start. And it's exactly how it's playing out. It's exactly how it's playing out. And the Trailblazers are idiots. They've been very poorly managed over the last few years. And this is one of their biggest guffaws and really messing up on this. It's putting so much into Scoot when Scoot ain't doing nothing for them. And he's going to be a bust in the end. Watch. Yeah. Stargate saying Cooper is better defensively than Ace. That may be true. From what I saw, the broad shoulders of Cooper Flagg and the timing of getting up and blocking shots was very good. Very, very good. I cannot deny it. Randolph Phillips is saying, good morning, good day, game day blessings, beloved Raptor Freaks, and most informative gang. Your dignity is worth fighting for. Don't let anyone cause you to lose it because of their immorality. Be your best you. Wow, that's top notch, man. Yeah, have dignities for yourself. Do what's right so you can look yourself in the face in the mirror. So keep your dignity. I like that, Randolph. Blessings to the Phyllis family and all the Raptor Freak families out there. That's right. Most saying tonight is my night off. I went to last year's Indigenous game. There are amazing nights for sure. Need my breaks too. Yeah, you go down there so often, Monique, and I totally get it. I mean, you were just at the Orlando game on Friday, and well, this is a game off for you tonight. And well, get the rest. And I know you're getting your chair in the next couple days, and there's a lot of really fun stuff. Looking forward to seeing your new chair, and also you getting used to it. I'm sure. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Trevor's saying, I want us to stop being so negative and be more positive towards our team. We have 4 rookies with no NBA experience put right into the fire. I'm playing lots of NBA minutes first time. Yeah. Yeah, Trevor's exactly right. I'm going to give Trevor a dunk for a plea for positivity and saying, I'm sick of this. We need to stop being so negative about our team. We're very young. They're going to make mistakes. They're very, 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 very much a part of the process. And there's nothing to be upset about or anything like that. It's just how it is. 6 dunks for Trevor. Another 3-pointer today for his plea to be more positive about the team. And I'm totally with Trevor on this. Totally with him on this. Yeah, Seymour saying beat the brakes off the Bucks and Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, Gary, similar thing in Milwaukee as being on Toronto, bouncing between the starting lineup and the bench at different times while he's been there. He was a starter earlier in the season, but he lost his starting job when Middleton came back. And he's been very much that bench 3-point shooter off the bench like he has been for the Raptors at times too. It's like I said, Gary can start or be off the bench. He'll do a good job for the team that he's on. And, well, it's the same thing in Milwaukee this season. as years in Toronto also, where he's just not a full-fledged starter for sure, and that job can be taken from him, and all of a sudden he's off the bench, and that's what's happening with him right now. That's right. Bryce is saying, yes, Trevor, many fans are so blind to that fact. Along with the second-year head coach, it's tough, yes, but we have to understand the assignment 100%. Yeah. Why are y'all angry? Stop. Just chill out. Don't get angry about this. In some ways, it doesn't help anyone. It only hurts you. You have miserable feelings about these things, and you get all bent out of shape because the Raptors have only 8 wins this year. Just get over yourself, egomaniac. It's not tied up with you. So why are you getting all upset? It's the Raptors how to deal with this. I know you're a fan. You care about them. You hate to see them like this. I get it. You're passionate. But you have to draw the line with what is healthy in fandom and what isn't. And being all bent out of shape and angry at the team because they only got 8 wins this year is not helping anyone, especially yourself. Understand that. That's what I tell fans that are all bent out of shape and crazy. Understand this. It is not helping anybody, and you're honestly doing yourself a disservice, is what you're doing. Nako's saying Dillon fits the best with our team as currently constructed, in my opinion. Cooper is the most versatile, though, and probably the best prospect. All 3 projected picks are great. So we got Nako's Nachos, Diaper Dandy selection. All 3 are fine. They're top-level players. He thinks that Dylan Harper, the brother of Ron Harper Jr., who just signed a 2-way yesterday, guys. Ron Harper Jr. getting snatched up and sent to Detroit. He's on a 2-way with the Detroit Pistons now. Ron Harper Jr. taken away from the main Celtics, and now he's a Piston, y'all. He's going the way of Malachi. He's gone to Detroit, to Motor City. So, yeah, there you go. Ron Harper Jr., a 2-way in the NBA once again, this time with the Pistons right now. Yeah, Dillon fits best. The brother of Ron, maybe. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll have to see. Maybe he gets drafted by us. I don't know if it'll be Dylan Harper. That's in one way why I like Ron. You want to keep in good faith with the Raptors organization because your little brother might get drafted by them and he might follow in your footsteps and be a Raptor for a while there. He could be on our team in the long run. We'll have to see. Jimmy's saying, bring on Duke. Being on Duke is very advantageous for him and his image, not downplaying his skills at all, but being on a winning powerhouse doesn't hurt. Ace put 39 on Indiana, but his team sucks other than Dillon. Oh, you're talking about Rutgers. Yeah, that's the thing. It's very interesting that Rutgers has 2 of the top 3 players on their squad. Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey are teammates. And in some ways, yeah, I won't disagree with Jimmy Pope about the spotlight that Duke University gets, and there's certain players gets, whether rightfully or not. Often, this is another thing. We scouted 3 players so far in my scout of the day, and 2 of them have been Duke, Malak, and Cooper Flagg at this point. So it's like, yeah, Duke's a preeminent in the spotlight kind of team, and that does tend to the hype for Cooper Flagg. That does tend to it. That's right. Yeah. Andrew saying, I'm excited for this draft. Cooper, Dillon, Ace, Demon, Common, all seem like they can be rotation players. Whoever Masai and Bobby pick, I have complete faith that will be a good pick. That's the thing. It's not just that there's a lot of good players, it's who's the right fit for our culture and our team needs as far as what we want and what we need. And I don't trust myself to look at things as well as Masai Ujiri, who's a master at this. And that's what we got to look at. We got to let them do their job, and we'll see. Stargate saying, don't be surprised if Bobby or Masai pick Fears, Kasparis, or Igor before the hyped big 3. They tend to go against the grain historically. Now, you saying that they're going to pick somebody who's off the board, not up high, just to do it. I mean, maybe if they really see something, they really want to get that person, get them locked down. But for the most part, I don't know. I think that Masai and Bobby, especially if they're in the top 3 picks, are not going to be going against the hierarchy. And then, maybe just a little bit. It'd be kind of like Scotty Barnes at 4 in his draft class. Evan Mobley went just before Scotty. But if Evan Mobley had not been picked by the Cavs, it could very well be that Evan Mobley's a Raptor right now. So, that's the kind of thing you got to look at it. What if the Raptors end up picking 4th again, just like in the Scotty draft? And it's not going to be one of those 3 that we just named because it's the guy after that. And you're going to say, oh, it won't be Demon. It won't be Common. No, it'll be one of these Visage guys, right? Isn't that who you're calling out or something like that? Fears, Kasparis. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Once again, I don't. My expertise is in college basketball, and definitely not going to tell Bobby and Masai how to draft. No, I just let them do their magic, and I'm just happy to see it afterwards. I'm never disappointed, like other people get, because they have their own designs on what they should do. So it's like I never like tell, oh Raptors, you should draft this guy, and if you don't do this, I'll be mad. No, I'll make suggestions. And, people like Koloko were suggested and they got drafted. And I'm very happy. I suggested Jonathan Mobo last year and they drafted Jonathan Mobo. I very much made a stream like 2 months before the stream started, the draft started. And I said the Raptors should seriously consider drafting Jonathan Mobo. And boom, they did. So, I mean, I'll make some suggestions, but if they don't do my suggestions, I'm not getting all bent out of shape like some people are. I don't get that. It's ego. It's ego. People have egos about what they think the Raptors should do. And when they don't do it, they get upset. They lash out at the team. It's really silly shit. Nako saying, Common is the surprise pick. I think Bobby and Masai would go for Malak, the guy I looked at already, the South Sudan guy. Yeah, and maybe we'll see. I mean, we do need size. I'm completely okay with getting Malak because we need a player of his type, another guy added to our mix. Andrew saying, yes, Nako, I feel like he really fits our culture. Dylan Harper, that's what he was talking about. Jimmy saying, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised hypothetically if we do get a top 3 pick. I could see them picking someone we don't expect. I mean, that is a trend that the Raptors have done in the past, in the history. I mean, Bargnani is one of these kind of guys as the first pick. It is what it is. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. And in some ways, we don't know what they're going to do exactly because the draft lottery has to happen still. And we have to know exactly where we're picking. And we still got a bunch of the season to play out and see how much we actually start winning again, because that'll have something to do with it too. Mischief saying, I found some good high volume stretch big centers in 2025 draft second round. Tomislav Levizic, Zuvomir Levizic, Rashir Fleming. Okay, and these guys, you got their 3-point percentages up. 38%, 45.5%, and 41% 3-point shooters. Interesting. Man, Mischief is really getting that draft prep in already. He's really on it. Really on it. Monique is saying, W stream, W vibes. Go Raptors for life. Keep at it always, Lex. Raptor Free Crew strong forever. Let's try to keep climbing together. And I'm excited. We're healthy. Watch out, NBA. I like all that. Yeah, and I'm hoping we'll see a very good effort for the Raptors because they're fully healthy tonight. I really do. Stargate saying I was really high on Ace as well, but I did a little more research on him than just YouTube highlights. Yes, he is an amazing scorer, but he does have concerning faults. So maybe some of this, the knocks on Kella Ware around this time last year when we were looking at Kella Ware and like thinking, this guy is so wait, but he might be selfish. He may not be a team player. There may be culture fit problems with the attitude. That kind of stuff with Ace Bailey, we'll have to see. Smooth saying, apparently it's alleged that Joy Taylor was planning to frame a prominent executive for rape. This is from what I'm reading. Wow. I mean, I don't know where the news sources are. Once again, this is sorted kind of extracurricular stuff. It's not necessarily pertinent to our channel, other than any Raptor ties, if there are Raptor ties like Earl Watson. In some ways, I don't appreciate these kind of news stories to an extent because they're just indicative of the collapse of society and distractions of stuff that really doesn't matter. They're going to do all kinds of crazy other things in the world, like try and cram a spa down our throats at the coast of the lake. In distraction, they'll tell us about sexual harassment suits at ESPN with Skip Bayless and stuff like that. Either way, it's just a distraction. And honestly, I don't want to talk about it anymore unless we know the full details and exactly what's going on. And it actually is something that's worth talking about. To me, none of this is that interesting. It's something he said, she said, and whatever. People are nefarious, whatever. Skip Bayless is in trouble. That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me right there. Nako's saying, I think Ace is the most one-dimensional, but hot damn, that shot making. Raptors, for the most part, are great at drafting. They are. We've always been very, very good. If we came in with a franchise brother, the Vancouver Grizzlies, they were the exact opposite of us. We were very much hitting home runs with a lot of our draft picks. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies didn't know how to draft worth a crap. They were one of the worst drafting teams in their small history in Vancouver. They got better at drafting people when they got to Memphis. But, man, they were so bad at drafting in the Grizzlies organization early on in their expansion compared to us. And, we should be proud of this. The Raptors have been a very good drafting team throughout most of their 30 years. There is some periods of time where we weren't as full strength with the front office and we weren't as good in the mid 2000s, sure. And maybe a little bit but Colangelo, even when he came in, he really started some good building blocks with DeRozan and Valanciunas and Bargnani even. So I can't get mad at the drafting job of the Raptors over most of the 30 years, for sure. For sure. For sure. Let's see. Seymour saying, breaking news. Bradley Beal and Yusuf Nurkic fight in a locker room. Both are suspended for Monday's game. Okay, so the Suns are fighting each other at this point. Oh, my God. The thing with the Suns is so funny because, we think about 2 summers ago when they tried to sneak that Beal thing in under the salary cap overnight when they were changing the rules. They were trying to be cute. What they really did backfired because they tied themselves up with this crazy salaries on their team, and they have no leverage or leeway to change their team around, and they're absolutely screwed. And they're paying so much money, and this team is not even in the play-in right now. Their record is horrible, and now they're exploding on each other. This is the kind of stuff that in some ways the Raptors have been in danger of having possibly happen, where teammates turn on each other and they get mad at each other because of failure. And we haven't had that. So this is a good cautionary tale. I think this speaks to the personality of Bradley Beal the most. I mean, Nurkic just got in trouble for a fight, and he got suspended, and he was kind of standing his own ground. Bradley Beal's kind of a jerk, man. And I'll say this, he's a loser. He's been a loser his whole entire career, mostly in Washington. And him trying to ring chase and going to Phoenix, and being lazy still. Yeah, it's hilarious. I would never want Bradley Beal on my team. Not even when he was really good on the Washington Wizards, because he's a high usage, low efficiency player. And he's only worse now. Since he went to Phoenix, it's they didn't even need him. They got Devin Booker, and they wasted so much money on a huge contract on Bradley Beal. And now he's fighting the center that they absolutely need on that team, way more than they need Bradley Beal. Yeah, what a joke. What a joke Bradley Beal is. Some people celebrate him as a great pro and all this stuff. Him and John Wall. They're both two guys from their times and years on the Wizards and getting nowhere. They're guys I just don't respect because in some ways they got so much hype and they seem to get a lot of respect from players around the league. But in some ways, these guys are fucking losers, is what I say. And yeah, fighting Nurkic? That's stupid, man. Why would you fight your center? You're that mad in the game? You should be mad at yourself. Seriously, maybe mad at Kevin for being a shitty overall leader and leading that team because he just don't care. Honestly, Kevin Durant has not cared since Golden State. That's just the damn truth. Kevin Durant checked out mentally in certain ways of competing in the NBA after he left Golden State. Brooklyn kind of messed him up, being around James and Kyrie in that weird time then. And he still hasn't woken up and fully been Kevin Durant for a long time now. And it's evidenced by the Suns being absolute crap because he's a top level player in this league. They should be way better than they are. It's their damn fault. It's their damn fault. All right, we're back at the end of the chat. Let's go look at the Instagram stories real quick. The Raptors are posting the PlayStation ad that RJ Barrett has with Aaliyah Edwards, where he's out playing basketball underneath the overpass. And there's a guy in a suit that gets the ball bumped into him. And he looks at RJ. He's he all mad at him. There's kind of a little intense moment where RJ might have to bow up. But no, the guy jumps in and he starts playing basketball against him instead. It's a very nice little moment. Very nice little moment, Raptors with that. And it's game day. And there's a very beautiful graphic on the Raptors official admin celebrating Indigenous Heritage Game Day, January 6th. Very, very cool. I hope they go all out for tonight. Kelly Olynyk last night was at Scotiabank Arena and sitting behind the Leafs bench. And, well, Kelly must be good luck for the Buds because they won in overtime last night. And Kelly Olynyk was rooting them on. Overtime winners for the Maple Leafs against the Flyers last night. Kelly Olynyk taking the game in at Scotiabank Arena for the Toronto Maple Leafs last night. Very, very cool. AJ Lawson showing off his dogs, his boys, their little French bulldogs. They're so cute. Those dogs have always been cute to me. Norman Powell has a couple himself, Apollo and Odin. Well, AJ Lawson's got some very cute French bulldogs himself. Very, very cool. There is Lloyd celebrating the big victory over the champs. And Golden State, I mean, no, Boston, Oklahoma City beating them. Oh, was the game in Oklahoma City? It looks like it was. I was wrong. I was saying they went beating them in Boston. No, they beat them in home. Good job. And a 13-point win over them. Good, fantastic job, SGA. So proud of you, man. You keep winning. I'm rooting for you guys on the Thunder. You and Lou Getz, of course. Davion Mitchell got more words of wisdom and success stories. Lost most of my family because of success. That sounds crazy to me. Davion Mitchell, with a picture of him strolling the sidelines of 905 in Mississauga with this cool red hoodie on. Very, very cool. And you see Bruno Fernando and Jacoby behind him. Jonathan Mobo with some highlights from his 905 stint recently. Jonathan, very, very humble in his interview after the Austin Spurs game the other day, saying, I've only played on the 905 for a few games now. I'm still learning the players and getting integrated with Andrew Jones and things that are happening. But I'm very happy to be here and getting extended run and playing a lot on this level. So there you go. There's nothing wrong with Jonathan being on 905 right now. In some ways, with the health coming back to the Raptors roster, him getting displaced down there and still getting a lot of minutes, a lot of burn is very, very helpful. Of course, 905 are off most of this week. They will continue to play. I think on Friday is their next game, and it'll be against the Maine Celtics. So they're off for like 5 days in a row. And probably Jonathan will be made available to the Raptors for tonight's game, I'm going to guess. Yeah, there's a great steal he had in the game the other day. And throwing it down, Jonathan had some really good dunks in the 905 games against Austin Spurs recently. There's Jamal Shed saying, good ball, twins. Twins. Jay Shed, he's putting his brother twin on blast. And there's Pascal in New York, walking around in New York, being Pascal Siago. How are you good, man? You good, man? Oh, this is like my first time. How do you usually work? I want chopped cheese. Yeah, that's on a roll or a hero. What about a Jamaican patty? You could put a beef patty on there if you want. No problem. Yeah, we'll put a beef patty on there for you. The great Siakam walking around in New York getting stuff. There's Obi Toppin getting a drink too while he's in there. The beverage. You got to have the beverage, y'all. There you go. There's your Instagram stories. Pascal's out there buying sandwiches in New York. And Kelly Olynyk at the Leaf game last night. There you go. There you go. G saying, Lex, I'm not able to send messages. Keep saying slow mode. Wait 1 minute. But even after 20 minutes or so, when I come back after 10 minutes, it won't send. If this goes through, it took over 30 minutes. That's crazy. Well, you know what? Maybe because we're doing things a lot more tightly more recently, maybe I'll take the slowdown off for a little while and see if you guys can kind of be respectful and not spamming tons of comments. Maybe if Milbester's around, that'll happen. But for the most part, maybe I can take the timeout off and we can try and do things without it, especially if there's an issue like this, G. I appreciate you bringing it to my attention because I don't like this. And maybe tomorrow when I make the stream, I won't put a timeout on there for between comments. If you guys can be respectful and not spam a whole bunch of stuff and make my stream a Lexathon, I'll be happy to do that. Stargate saying, gee, same here. And I'm making sure I'm waiting the 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to turn it off tomorrow. And let's see if it's better in the way it is. Because I want y'all to freely be able to communicate with me when you want to. And that really is only so that people guys the stream chat too much and asking too many comments or questions. In some ways, that's the thing we just need to avoid. And I could do it on a person-by-person basis. It's like, okay, Stargate, Andrew, Bryce, they're all just putting in comments here and there. They don't need to be timed out in between comments. But if this guy, this so-and-so, whoever is doing it, then maybe I need to just individually give them a timeout. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it off tomorrow because it seems like it's causing problems right now. All right, Nako saying, gee, I had that problem too. I clicked the edit button and it let me send. Okay, I don't like this. YouTube messing with me. Maybe it's because I won't enroll in their advertising that they're trying to get me to do right now. Like David was asking me to. They're like, oh, well, screw you. You're going to have weird timeouts now because you won't monetize your channel further with ads. Raptors freak. Damn you. You know, they did in my channel too. They called it a podcast behind my back. Like they've listed my shows now as podcasts. And I've never, ever marked anything to say that this should be a podcast. But hey, I don't mind. All right, you want to put me in a podcast category because my streams are 2 hours? Go ahead, YouTube. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Cool guy saying, yeah, I had that problem. I couldn't send another message until 5 minutes after. Okay, we're turning it off tomorrow. We're not going to have this issue tomorrow. I apologize for this. And, well, I'm always going to do the decision for the people. and against the machine. The machine's not letting y'all comment. Well, I'm for the people. I'm going to free the people from the machine. And y'all are not going to have a timeout tomorrow because of this bullshit. That's right. That's right. Nameless saying, we're not even in the second half or the first half yet. We're not even the second half of the first half yet. I know it's confusing. I can't tell you if it's the first half of the season or not, because in some ways it's like the All-Star break is not actually the first, is not the halfway. So I think we're at the halfway point. Some people think the All-Star break is the halfway point, but usually you played more than half the season by the time you get the half to the All-Star break. I don't know. It's a difficult thing to gauge at times. Seriously. All right, let me go look at my tabs real quick. I know I have more stuff to do still. Let's see. As I said, Ron Harper Jr. has got a two-way with the Detroit Pistons now. That's a fantastic thing for him. I like to see him coming back from illness and being a injury and being able to play still. Happy birthday today to original Raptor and guy I've been using in NBA Live to 96 like crazy, Willie Anderson. Willie Anderson, former Spur, was an awesome player for the Raptors in their first year. He was like the third best scorer on the team behind Damon and Alvin Robertson, maybe Tracy Murray. And yeah, Willie was awesome. A three-point specialist, also a steal specialist, a guy who got a lot of steals for the team, a very capable vet in the first year of our franchise that absolutely helped carry us to some victories. So Willie Anderson, happy birthday to you, my guy. And he is 57, I believe, right now. 57? Is that right? I think he's 57. Maybe, yeah, somewhere around that. So happy birthday, Willie Anderson, guys. So the original Raptor, Willie Anderson's birthday is today, right now. Boom goes the dynamite. All right, let's do the classic card, doll. Let me get that box, and we'll do this right now. Yeah, Trevor just cued me for the classic card. All right, we're doing the Christmas card still from this past Christmas, where my niece and nephew gave me a bunch of packs, and we need to find this out. All right, we'll do this one. This one's goofy. This may be too easy. Once again, some of these are very easy. This is a specialty card. It may be a little difficult to see in some ways, so be on the ball. And if you're on the weird timeout right now, I apologize that it may not let you do a message right away. But hey, them's the breaks. That's just how it is. So here you go. For full name answer, we'll get this point right away. All right, who is that? I'm not even going to show it to you too close. It's a specialty card, and yeah, it's pretty easy. So if you can get the player on this specialty hopes card from this past year, it says sheesh on it. Yeah, Nako's got it. Of course, it's Luka. Luka is hurt right now, and the card just says sheesh across it, like in a comic book font, like would be in a Marvel comic book. It's like Batman, blam, sheesh. This is the noise that people make when Luka just tears them up. Sheesh, sheesh. It's the sheesh card. It's on both sides. Sheesh. He really does. Doncic went off against the Rockets on March the 31st, 2024. He dropped 47 points on 60% shooting while hitting 9 3-pointers. It marked his second game of the season, reaching all of those numbers, making him the third player with multiple such outings in a season behind the Splash Brothers. Yeah, Luka, sheesh card commemorating an amazing game against the Rockets. That's a pretty nice card. If anyone likes this card, come to the 905 game against Valley Suns. You can have this Luka Doncic card. I'll give it to you. I don't care. You can have it. You come to the game, I'll give you this Luka sheesh card if you like it. All right, it's Nako who got the classic card. So let me write it in on the chart. Luka Doncic. And I'm sorry, that's really easy, Nako. In some ways, I feel like I should give you 50 points for this one. But we'll give you the basic 100. I don't give 50 points. I think 100 is the very least, although that probably should have been a 50-point card, honestly. That's a golden boy. That's real easy. Slug DZ, you're just behind Nako the Nacho on the classic card. Apologies. G saying SGA pick number 11. Giannis and Kawhi pick number 15. Curry, pick number 7. Joker, pick number 41. Not stressed at all where we land. Gems and overlooked players are everywhere. Let's go. There you go. There you go. That's right. And Fiercely says the Lucas should be 25 points because he's so easy. So easy. So easy to guess. Yeah, maybe you're right, MJ. Maybe you're right. All right, let's do a wrap up since it seems like I'm at the end of the stream and the stuff that I need to do for the stream right now. Once again, the injuries for tonight, very, very few for both teams. RJ Barrett is technically listed as questionable right now, but we're fully expecting a starting lineup of Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl tonight. Finally, those 5 guys will take the court as the starters tonight. I'm very, very happy about this. And it looks like nobody else is injured otherwise. So we'll have a full Raptors team fully healthy for the first time this season, which is fantastic. The Bucks have lost 4 out of their last 5 games. They're very ripe for the picking. They lost to the Nets twice in those 4 out of 5 games. So that's awesome. Their injuries are Andre Jackson Jr. is questionable for today's game due to illness. Giannis and Chris Middleton are both probable with the injuries that they're dealing with. So it's very likely that Giannis and Middleton will be there, and they're only missing a young player named Jackson Jr., who starts for them at small forward. So we should expect the main healthy Bucks and top stars, Lillard, Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, all available today. The referees for the game are very favorable to the Raptors. Tyler Ford is the crew chief. He favors the Bucks, but he is historically very, very nice to the Raptors. Jason Goldenberg is probably the nicest referee to the Raptors historically right now. He will be refereeing. He favors the Raptors over the Bucks. And Brett Nansel is the third ref. He has not reffed the Raptors yet this season, but he is a very, very kind Raptor ref too. Now, I'm telling you, these guys are two of the top 3 refs statistically for the Raptors in the game right now. They're like 70% winning percentage for the Raptors, both of them. And the only guy that's higher is Tyler Merkovich. He's only got 100% because he's only reffed like 1 game for the Raptors and they won. Goldenberg and Brett Nansel are 2 and 3 on that list. Matt Myers is the next guy. Dedrick Taylor. Those guys are up there. And Tyler Ford, he had a really high record with us, but he's been losing more in the last 2 years with us as far as his refereeing with us in games that he's refereeing. All right. I think that's about it with the wrap up. Happy birthday to Willie Anderson once again. I won my fantasy matchup against HC 7-0. Sweet, my guy. You got your butt kicked. And Boom Busters, you're up next. So that's I believe that's who is it again who's doing this one? I forget. You have like 3 different names who the Boom Busters is. I think it's his name's Ivan or something. What is your name again, my guy? I know you're on the channel. Yeah, Ivan. Yeah, Boom Busters with Ivan. I'm playing you this week. I'm going to kick your butt. I'm going to kick your butt. That's right. All right, let's see. Is that it? That's it for the stream? Any other comments just real quick? Let's see. Kazakhstan at G. I had the same problem earlier. I hadn't even sent a message in the chat yet, and it said it was in slow mode when I tried to say good morning. Well, I'm going to turn it off tomorrow. We won't even be this issue. I think that there's a tight crew of regulars on the channel right now that is not as big as in the past. And you guys have really been doing a good job of keeping things on topic for the most point of what we are supposed to be talking about on this channel and not getting into weird tangents. And I really do appreciate that. That's helped my stream times immensely in the last year. We've really tightened things up and made it more professional on this channel as far as the subjects and what we're talking about, because we were all over the place for a while there. I don't mind being crazy and being all over the place, but it does extend my time really, really crazy. So I think I'll take this stuff off because you guys are doing a really good job of helping me curate the stream with very, very good quality comments overall. And it hasn't been this way the whole 3 years I've done this channel. There's always been somebody crazy in the chat, going crazy with their own crazy bullshit in the chat at times in the past. But you guys are sticking on point lately. So I think we can turn off some of the stuff that you guys have to deal with in the chat. Winston, I'm going apeshit and say we beat the Bucks by 22 points. Book it. I actually like your prediction. I think you're right. If we're going to beat them, we're going to have to beat them and blow them out. This can't be. This is something where we got to jump out on them at the beginning, get the lead first, and just keep holding it above them. When they try and surge up and try and come over us with the points, we need to hold them off. We need to either make defensive stands or match their scoring ourselves. And that we play way better like that. That's how we won that Brooklyn game on New Year's Day, is we jumped out on top of them, had a good defensive start, and kept the lead the whole game, and they played from underneath us. We can't come back on teams right now. That's not going to win. Like, if the team blows us out and they have a 20-point lead at some point, we're losing that game. This is not a Raptors team that's capable of making up that deficit in a way that's in understanding how to do it. It's just not possible. And if it's a close game where they're within striking distance, we got to understand Dame Lillard's going to go crazy, and he'll try and win the game by himself just with his crazy shooting and stuff like that. So that's the problem right there. You've got guys on the other side that are experienced closers that are absolutely top level talents in Giannis and Lillard. And that's why we need to beat them down, demoralize them, and keep the lead the whole entire game and push them down every time they try and come up on us. So what Wayne is saying right now is probably one of the main recipes for a possible Raptors victory is we need to blow them out and beat them by 20 by the end of the game. And I completely agree with him. I completely agree with him. In some ways, us playing from behind is not going to work this year. No, maybe that could have worked in the years when Fred was on our team, but not anymore. Where a team is not capable enough to execute and do things the right way with stops and making baskets in crunch time to make the deficit go in our favor if it's close. It's more likely we're going to screw up with a 5-second violation from inbounding or something stupid and mess up our ability to win in the end of the game. And that's just part of being a young rebuilding team. So if we want to win tonight, Raptors, y'all need to blow them out from the start, hold them down the whole entire whole entire game with a lead is what I'm saying right there. Kaz saying put it in slow mode as needed. Yeah, I was in slow mode for now, but honestly, I don't think y'all need slow mode. Y'all are advanced. Y'all don't need slow mode. Y'all are advanced. So I'm gonna take it off tomorrow. Yeah. And Jimmy's saying, yeah, gee, I agree, but it's nice to window shop. Laugh out loud. It's nice to window shop. All right. Yeah. I know. I mean, with the draft, we're gonna look at everybody. Trust me. I'll get my scouts in before the end of it. All right, Raptors. If we can win the rebounding battle against the very veteran bigs of the Milwaukee Bucks, this has been a problem in the game when we played them earlier this season in the NBA Cup, is that their size absolutely beat us with the rebounding battle and paint presence and stuff like that. So we can't have that today. Bobby Portis used to get punked by Pascal Siakam. Well, Siakam ain't around anymore. So Scotty Barnes, you need to punk Bobby Portis now. You need to make his eyes go all bug-eyed and crazy. Yeah, that's what we need to see. That's right. That's right. For sure, Jimmy. For sure. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak preview stream for tonight's game. Indigenous Heritage Night at the Scotiabank Arena hosting the Milwaukee Bucks, who are lost 4 out of their last 5 games. So let's beat them. Let's beat them, Raptors. That's right. I hope you do. We have the home advantage. We have a good ref crew. And, well, we're fully healthy. So we need to show something tonight, Raptors, because, you know, when we lose a game like we did to Orlando, and they're not having Franz and Paulo, people start talking some trash about, oh, this and all this crazy stuff. And I can't stand up for you guys in the spin world, the propaganda around what you're doing if you don't win when you're fully healthy. So y'all need to win when you're fully healthy. And that'll quiet a lot of the negative ninnies and fake-ass Raptors fans that are in our fan nation talking shit about y'all. Seriously. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Raptors. Get out there and have a great day. I'm going to work out now, get my workout on, be ready for the game for tonight. Let's beat the Bucks, baby. Let's go, Raptors. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And join if you want. Join the channel. And you have access to our Facebook chat, which we're chatting in during the game, live chatting. And you can talk about observations with us during the game. There you go. Let's go, Raptors. Let's